Hey, welcome to week 5. We're almost halfway through. This week, I left some good 10-minute videos in again from the department with some really good discussions about the chapter. So be sure to view those videos, especially number 3, the third video that talks about market orders and limit orders, particularly important. In this chapter, we're going to do a little bit of history of the stock market. And we're also going to talk about the primary market and the secondary market. So primary market, a lot of you have heard about IPOs recently, Lyft and Uber. When you're issuing new shares out to the public, brand new, that's referred to as buying shares on the primary market. It's the first time people are buying them. And then we're going to talk about the secondary market, which is basically the stock market. So stock's already been issued, and now you're buying and selling that stock from existing stockholders. So that's typically referred to as the secondary market. And there's dealers and brokers, stockbrokers, that kind of set up those sales, or the intermediary between the buyers and the sellers. And those dealers have bid prices and ask prices. Now you saw that when you looked out at the stocks a few weeks ago. You had bid price and ask price. So if you're gonna sell something, you're looking for someone to make a bid on that. So it's the price that you're willing, that the dealer is willing to pay you to sell your stock to them. And then you're also going to have an ask price. An ask price is the dealer's willing to sell at that particular price. So if you're trying to purchase something, someone's going to say, well, give me $10 for it, give me $20 for it. So that's what's the ask price. And the difference between those two prices is called the spread, and that's where the broker dealers are making their money. So the bid and the ask price will be different typically. So pay particularly attention again to number 3, where you're going to have market orders and limit orders and sell stops and buy stops, and that's a pretty complex place that you would get to use those things. It's good to know about them, but if you get into the future and you start buying and selling stocks, and maybe some of you already have, you're going to use these kind of insurance policies. So if the price of a stock I just bought drops down to a certain level, I have a stop order in there that says sell it. So I kind of limit my catastrophic or my big losses by putting in that order. And then you may also have one where if it reaches a certain price and gains, you may sell it. So it's the third video really goes into depth there, and you'll read about that also in your chapter. You should pay particular attention to that section of the chapter. So again, this is really primarily around stocks. If we start to invest in mutual funds and ETFs, you're really not going to have this type of stuff. That's more of the long, slow, and steady, invest over time type mentality. Whereas the stock market, you're buying and selling the stock. So fun week in terms of good information here. We're not going to go too deep into it, but we'll get a good base in terms of those of you that want to get into the stock buying process. So enjoy the week, and I'll talk to you soon.